Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another Jam Track review. This is Jam Track review number 15, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We've got some stuff that was added throughout Chapter 3's release. We have some stuff that was added throughout Chapter 5 Season 3's release that we're going to be talking about, both stuff that released from last season that was just made available now. We have 3 new songs in the Battle Pass, and we've got 7 new songs to talk about in the rotation this week. So let's start with the first one on my list, which is Find the Fury by Epic Games. Hardest on vocals, bass, and drums at 5 stars. Keytar is at 3, Pro Lead is at 3, and Pro Bass is at 4. Find the Fury was a Epic Games music pack that was sold in the item shop last season for FNCS, but it was just made available within this current season as a playable jam track. Drums is really fun, lots of notes close together, makes for a very nice challenge. Very little of the song is the same notes, so you really have to get used to a lot of spread around notes, and honestly, I think that's what makes drums so enjoyable for me for this song. Find the Fury on vocals is pretty alright. I think this one is particularly more enjoyable because of its difficulty. I definitely think it hits the mark at a 5-star difficulty. I was kind of hesitant at first, but over time it kind of keeps adding a tad more and more each one, and I think it made that, I think that alone made it hit that mark. And then we have our first Battle Pass song. This is Fire and Steel, unlockable first in the Battle Pass. Hardest on drums at 6 stars. Lead following up with a 5, 4 on bass, and 3 on vocals. This one is quite fun to play on drums, but the real insanely fun one for me was lead guitar, because it has so many fun parts to it. I definitely don't think this one is the hardest track. But is it a difficult one? Yes. Not by any means is it hard. Compared to some songs like Change, I'd say this one is far from tough, but it's another one of those ones that makes you feel cool while playing it. Like, I mean, this is very much on par with Fuel by Metallica as one of the coolest sounding and coolest to play guitar songs in this game. But I definitely wouldn't put it up there with Fuel or Hail to the King or things like that with its difficulty. It does not compare. The next one is P Like Me by Epic Games. This is the next available one in the Battle Pass after getting Fire and Steel. This song is hardest on vocals at a 7-star maximum difficulty. The song itself is kind of interesting to say the least. I mean, it's definitely a meme song for sure, and it's not really one that I enjoyed listening to, but it's definitely a hard track to play on vocals. I have no idea how my first attempt on this was literally a flawless. Do not ask me how I managed it. I don't know. They make it one of the hardest vocals tracks in the game. Also, bass is at 3 stars, and both lead and drums are at 5. I'd say drums is quite fun. It's definitely repetitive in most aspects, and lead is very similar to that, but vocals takes the cake as one of the most challenging and probably most enjoyable tracks of the bunch. And finally, the last jam track that's available through the Battle Pass, we have Lord of the Wasteland by 3 Teeth. I'm going to say by 3 Teeth because 3 Teeth collaborated with Epic Games, and you guys should definitely go check out 3 Teeth. They're an amazing band, and they've done some really good music. And they actually collaborated with Epic Games to make this particular song for Chapter 5 Season 3. The song is hardest on lead, drums, and bass at a 5-star with 3 on vocals. I have to say, among all the songs that feel insanely cool to play in Festival, this is one of the ones I'm the most hyped up over. The drums feel really good to play. Not only that, just listen to the guitar when you get a chance. Like, this is great. Like, wow. So awesome. Bass has never been my forte when it comes to Festival, but I think even this song has made me want to play the bass chart even more. Vocals is quite easy, but you're looking at some tough tracks for all of the other instruments. Okay, so let's get into the selection of songs that'll be available in the free rotation starting tonight, May 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of these songs that I'm about to mention are going to be coming out for 500 V-Bucks each, so keep that in mind. Also, a couple of them might be bundled with a new Ariana Grande outfit called the Rosy Rift Goddess Ariana. So, starting off, Beggin' by Maneskin. This song is phenomenal on guitar, especially on Pro Lead. I mean, you're looking at every single strum being included in the chart. For expert, non-pro versions, I still think it's very fun. Vocals are even quite enjoyable for this one, but I can say for sure that it's amazing on guitar for me. I have not been able to check out bass myself just yet for this particular song, but I can't imagine it's too bad. Drums definitely didn't seem that bad for me either. I mean, it seemed pretty easy. So I wouldn't really worry about this one being too difficult. I'd say more along the lines that this one's the most enjoyable on some of the harder ones, but they're not really that hard. Up next on the list, we have Bandit by Don Toliver. I'm going to say right now, I won't lie, I had no idea what this song was, and after hearing it, I still have no clue what the song is, who this is that made it. For those of you who might know, cool. This is my first time even hearing the song, and it's definitely one of those ones that I myself struggle to enjoy as much as, you know, it's not really something I feel like I can vibe to as easily, but it's at least pretty enjoyable to play the first time around on the harder challenge difficulties. This song's charted to be harder on vocals at 5, 3 on lead, 2 on bass, and a 4 on drums. Pro lead and pro bass aren't really that bad either in terms of difficulty. Guitar isn't as existent in the song, so I can't really recommend that one more, but you're definitely looking at drums and vocals being the two harder and more enjoyable ones for this particular week. For vocals especially, it's definitely a pretty hard vocals track. I would say I'd rank this one just under P Like Me. P Like Me by Epic's definitely one of the hardest ones in the game, so putting this just below that for a challenge kind of makes sense to me. Also, I wanted to save this one for last, but oh my god, I gotta talk about this now, because I've just been thinking about it ever since I started this review. Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. This song is surprisingly harder on vocals and drums at 5 stars each. Guitar is at 4, and bass is at 4 as well. This is by far one of my favorite songs this week to review. The guitar feels so interesting to play, and you do feel cool as hell while playing it. If I had to recommend anything for this particular song, you'd be looking at both bass and guitar being the more prominent tracks. Drums, it's not as tough as it seems, not in my opinion at least. I wouldn't consider this as hard as some other rock songs, maybe one of them. I wouldn't consider this insanely difficult, but it still holds that somewhat of a challenge. Guitar, for me, it isn't bad either, but it's very fun. I mean, especially towards the end section of the song, when you got a little bit more of the faster notes and pro lead, oh, you're looking at a great time there. But hey, Harmonix, Epic, all of you that worked on this particular charting for Rage Against the Machine this time around, you did amazing with this one. Absolute perfection. For those of you who are looking at playing this song, it is a longer one, so keep that in mind. I think that's probably where most of the challenge comes from. For me, I don't mind the longer songs because it doesn't really affect me, but, you know, I still think it's not really that bad, and I think it's more enjoyable than anything. All right, so let's finish off this particular review talking about the last few tracks. We've got 4 brand new songs by Ariana Grande coming into Fortnite Festival tonight. This is also kind of in line with the brand new Ariana skin that we're going to be getting, so, you know, kind of bundles all this together, and it makes a little more sense why they're adding everything. She did have a new album, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But let's talk about them in order from how I have them on my list. Yes and by Ariana Grande. It is charted to be harder on vocals at 5 stars with a bass at 2, lead at 2, and drums at 3. I don't consider this one to be challenging at all either. It's a nice chill vibe to listen to and play, and you're looking at this particular Ariana song being one of the most replayable ones based on challenge. Vocals challenge for this one alone is pretty damn good. Drums is also pretty alright. I think for me it's not as enjoyable as vocals. I didn't even try bass or lead yet, but I don't think they'll be bad based on their 2-star rating. They just probably will be a little bit more repetitive than anything, but hey, I ought to try that out still, and I probably won't be able to try it out until later. The Boy Is Mine by Ariana Grande. This song is charted to be harder on vocals, drum, and lead at a 4-star rating, with bass being slightly lower at 3. All of the pro difficulties also reside at 3 each as well. This particular song, I think this definitely falls into the category of one of the least challenging songs. It's nice. It's a nice even difficulty between everything, in my opinion. It feels really easy to play on most of the modes. Again, I haven't tried all of them, but all the ones that I played so far, it does feel easy to play across all of them. This one being easier, I think, makes it one of the most enjoyable songs to replay in Fortnite Festival as a whole. It's nice, it's calming to listen to, the charting it feels great to play along to. Vocals probably is tied with drums for me, in my opinion, on what I enjoyed most, but it's really good. It is really good. Up next, we've got Positions by Ariana Grande, charted to be harder at vocals with 5 stars, 1 star on bass, and 4 on lead guitar and 3 on drums. This is one of the few songs we've had in Fortnite before that is finally making its permanent debut in Fortnite Festival. This song was recently featured during the Rift Tour a few chapters ago for a live event. This time around, it's a great song to play in Fortnite Festival. I mean, you're looking at a very enjoyable vocals track, a guitar in itself, it's pretty good. Just be weary if you're on pro lead. There's some pretty random things that they did with the introduction of the song and a couple of parts throughout the song that'll catch you by surprise. I think it was a great addition, but hey, give it a chance later for those of you who are interested in playing it. Give it a chance on pro lead. See what you think when it's out, because I thought it was kind of funny, to be honest with you. Another thing I thought was good, the violin featured throughout the song, it's caught into the lead guitar charting of this song, and I think that was pretty awesome to play. But overall, this song is great to listen to. It's great to play. Probably I'd recommend this one out of all of the Ariana Grande songs this week. Up next, we've got Side to Side by Ariana Grande featuring Nicki Minaj. This one is charted to be harder on vocals and drums, both sitting at 5 stars each, with bass at 3 and guitar at 2. Also, it's a higher difficulty on pro bass for this song, so keep that in mind as well. This song was very fun to play on drums. I think your top ones to try out for this song would definitely be drums and vocals. I mean, vocals is good to play and listen to. It has some nice charting, but drums ultimately holds the higher challenge for me, and I think I enjoy the higher challenge ones more. But vocals is very close to that in enjoyment. This one in particular, I think this one and Positions might be your better options for replayability. I can't really see myself wanting to stop playing after hearing it. Like, very few songs have made me feel in Fortnite Festival, this one's good. Like, I didn't really want to stop playing this one. The team behind this one, you did a really good job charting it, because you made it very fun to come back to. But that is all for all of the songs this week. It's a very stacked review for me this week. I mean, I had 7 songs plus 4 more that I had to review for Battle Pass and other. Oh man, I had a lot of work cut out for me this week, and it was so much fun. So thank you guys so much for watching the review. I hope this helped you guys understand a little bit more about each of the songs coming today, as well as the ones that are available in the Battle Pass right now. If you are interested in using my code to purchase anything in the Epic Games Store, we have a Battle Pass that you can use my code for. We have all of these songs, 500 V-Bucks each, coming to Fortnite Festival tonight. If you want to support me, I would greatly appreciate it. Code here on screen. If you want to follow me on Twitter, subscribe for more content like this one. I'm going to have reviews every single week on all the Fortnite Festival songs. I'll see you next time.